Good evening and welcome to New Salem Elementary School to start off the 2018-19 school year. I'm Rob Shick, I'm the principal of New Salem Elementary School, and I'm sitting here with Mr. Scott Capira, who is our PTO president this year. So we have a quick message to offer to you folks just to get us started, and then we'll let you watch this at your leisure. I'm going to start with just welcoming all of our new staff to New Salem Elementary School. This year we have a new second grade teacher, Miss Amelia Laird. We have a new kindergarten teacher, Miss Megan Workus. We have a short-term substitute in grade 1 for Mrs. Bowen, starting very soon into the school year, and that's Christina Gartrell. We have Kayla Krebs, who is a short-term sub in our art class for the beginning of the school year. And then we have Erin Ramsey, a kindergarten aide, who will be working with our new full-day kindergarten program. And Amanda Pittinger is coming to us from the middle school, and she is a learning support aide. So we just want to make sure we get a welcome to all the new staff. When you see the faces, please give them a big hello. Make sure that you know the important people in the building, and that's our office staff and some people that surround that area. So Mrs. Zildjian Fritz is our administrative assistant. She's the one who greets you at the door. And again, she just knows just about everything that happens at the school. So when you have any questions or concerns, please call the office and Mrs. Zildjian Fritz will help you there. Mrs. Hom is our attendance secretary, and she works hand in hand with Mrs. Zildjian Fritz and often is there when she's not. So those are the two important office people. We have two reading specialists who might be pulling your students from the classroom and helping with reading interventions, and those are Miss Cindy Cohen and Mrs. Jody Werheim, and those two ladies do just incredible work with our K-3 students in the Title I reading program. We have our learning support teachers, Mrs. Peggy Anthony and Mrs. Amy Schaefer. Again, those teachers might be popping into the classrooms or pulling students out of the classroom. And again, just doing some very good small group work to help our students that need the help the most. And finally, our intervention support teacher and gifted teacher and our school counselor. So our IST teacher, gifted teacher is Mr. Travis Weinmiller. And again, just another name I want you to recognize because your students might come home and say, I was working with Mr. Weinmiller. He comes in and out of the classroom. He pulls students from the classroom to do interventions to help students working to their level. And last but not least, Lori Dietz, our school counselor. So if your students have any problems with transitioning into the school year, any problems with that might need counseling services, please feel free to call Mrs. Dietz. She'll be more than happy to work with your children. She does a fantastic job working with the kids each and every day. During your visit at back to school night, we have a variety of areas outside the classroom we'd love for you to check into. First, our art class, which would be Miss Renee Green, but she is off on maternity, so Kayla Krebs might be present in the art classroom. If not, just pop your head on in there and see what the art classroom looks like. As well, we have the music room. Miss Savannah Cole takes care of our music classes, so feel free to stop in the music room to take a look around. Instrumental lessons are conducted by Mr. Tim Bupp and Miss Susan Gross for our 3rd and 4th grade students. So if your students are interested in taking lessons or learning any instrument, you will get information early in the school year regarding that. Our library is run by Mrs. Kolisak and Mrs. Kaufman, and they might be waiting for you in the library just to take a look and see what goes on in the library. Our guidance office, Mrs. Lori Dietz, will be found probably in that little hallway right there, and she'd like to welcome all the new students and all new families. So again, her office is right down the ramp just beside the front office. And our cafeteria will be open. Mrs. Tanya Godfrey will be present, and she is our head cook, and she can provide information about the food services department, what we offer the students for lunch. She can give you information on the breakfast program, food service guidelines, and also she would have information that would help you possibly purchase a birthday basket for your student on their birthday. Please also visit one final place. Mrs. Schaefer, along with many staff members, worked very diligently to create an incredible learning courtyard for our students. We call it the Learning Garden, and you can get to the Learning Garden through the art room, but teachers and staff and students all use that area to, when they can in good weather, to do outdoor lessons and take a break, and it's very secure because it's in the middle of the school building, so please take a minute to enjoy our learning garden. There'll be several tables in the lobby. You might have information from our own PTO. School board members might have some information there for the parents, information about the district and the school board. We will have several tables, one for Boy Scouts, Girl Scouts, possibly the Lumberjacks lacrosse club team might have some information out there, and the opportunity to volunteer through junior achievement or Art Goes to School. So again, that information, if their tables aren't in the lobby, you'll get that information sent to you in the near future.